Hi gang, and welcome back to Tin Man Customs. I'm finally back, sort of. I'm trying to get back into full swing. It's been an interesting couple months just with stuff. Dealing with my real job, day job. I'd love to be doing this stuff for work, but the channel is not my job. So just been dealing with stuff with work, so I've been out of the figure customization for a few months, and I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I've still got a video that was filmed, and I was trying to edit it for December, and that ended up getting messed up, and I lost the audio on it, so I've still got to put that together and put some audio on it. But in the meantime, I have been picking up some of the Siege line, and I gotta say, I really like these guys. They're really very cool figures, very well done. I know the battle damage paint is very, some people hate it, some people love it. So I'm actually okay with it being their own line. If I'm going to put any of these guys over in my classics shelf, then I'll probably clean that off. But I've also gone in and painted up old Generations Deluxe Bumblebee's eyes. They were not very blue, so I did that and put an Autobot symbol on him. He's gonna right now he's gonna end up going to the Siege shelf in my collection. I haven't decided if I want to paint a little bit of silver battle damage on him or not, but let me know in the comments below if you think yeah, do it, whatever. As the Titans Returns Bumblebee is the one that's in my classics collection, so that's where he's gonna stay. But I really like this mold of bee, so he's gonna stay in my collection somewhere, but right now he's gonna go to the Siege line. But that's not why we're here for this video. It's just a little bit of an update on my channel. I am trying to get back into the swing of doing some customs, and this is one I've been waiting to get done for a while now. I picked up Leokaiser, Combiner Wars Leokaiser, probably back in October, I think. It may have been that time period, and like the figure, like all the the whole set, just didn't like the lack of Leozack in the set. So when this guy came out, this is made from Power of the Prime's Starscream. I really like the mold, but he doesn't fit in my classics collection as Starscream because I've got all those deluxe versions of the Seekers. So this guy, I figured he would make a perfect Leozack. And I have seen on the TFW boards, going to have to look up the gentleman's name who's done the custom already. I will put a link below to the original version custom that was done like this, and I used 3D heads from Shapeways, which I hadn't done before, and I kind of wanted to see what quality the Shapeways products were, because I had heard I had seen on forums that there were a lot cleaner materials now. So, but I'll zoom in on him a little bit here, and I'm really happy with the print quality on the heads. They're a lot smoother. From a distance you cannot see the 3D printing lines, and it doesn't feel gritty like some of the older 3D prints from Shapeways. Some of the early on material was very sandy and gritty and just didn't quite feel as smooth as this. But I'm really happy with the print quality of these heads. So here he is I took a lot of inspiration from the customizer who had done this and posted it on the Radicon's board. I ended up having a lot of trouble with both the white and the teal paint on this. I don't know if maybe my paints were getting old from not being used as much, or if there was something in the weather and the climate was just messing up the consistency of the paint. But I had a lot of problems with the white and the teal either being incredibly runny or incredibly clumpy. But ultimately got him done. I'm not going to transform him on camera. I'm going to do that off camera because of the paint having issues. If I try and transform him around the camera like this, I'm going to mess it up. So I will be doing that off the camera. But definitely wanted a Leozack in with the team. I think before I do any transforming, let's go ahead and pull the rest of the team in here. All right, and here they all are together. And I really like the color combination here with everybody. It's just a very odd looking team. I never had the G1 versions of these figures. Probably never will. They're a little out of my price range. But they look cool together, and I dig it. I used... let's get him up here a little bit. I ended up using Leokaiser and just repainted him as his little animal partner. And I've gone ahead and put this guy on as a shield. I may try to go back at some point and use either more of the... I know there were other little mini-con type figures done from this line that were different animals, and I may try to do that for each of the different characters in the group here. And if Hasbro has any of these other little guys coming out as Battle Masters, I will use those as well. And so this is pretty much my set of Leokaiser team, all but one, and I am going to get around to using this guy to make the 6th member of the team, and I will probably try and figure a way for him to mount on the backside of Leokaiser as a backpack. Not quite at a level where I'm going to try and have him form half the torso with that guy. So, you know, we'll just do it that way. But I'm keeping Generations Hound in my classics collection, and so this guy didn't have a home. We'll repaint him up as Jaguar and give him a home. So that may be one of the next videos I do in the next few months. Let's get these guys out and get this guy all transformed up. The heads were printed off from Shapeways, and that was from Steam Shield's Foundry, and I will put links below as well for the heads that were used on this. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and do a jump skip, and we'll have him transformed. And here we've got everybody in alt mode and all together as the team here. So a little bit of a better view of Leokaiser just in the teal color. That was actually the only change I needed to make, was dismantle him and take hit him with teal on his base of his body and remove the itty bitty tiny Autobot logo off his forehead, and the rest of him's as is, and he works out just fine. Overall, I think the color scheme came out looking pretty nice. I went with white because in all of the 2D artwork from the cartoon that I looked up and the actual toy photos looked like the figure was made with white. And I went back and forth about possibly trying to make it this gray to go along with everyone, but I ended up deciding to go with white. I used to have the Botcon Leokaiser that came out with the Wings of Honor set. Really loved that figure, and kind of bummed that I ended up having to sell that off. But I believe, from what I remember, he was more of a brighter white and the teal, and I loved that color scheme on the figure. He was very, it just made for a very cool looking figure. And so, yeah, a lot of hand painted yellow and white in there. I ended up with the two-tone teal because the spray paint I used, I couldn't find a color that was close to it in order to do all the touch-ups, so ended up using a darker color of teal, and I actually kind of like it because it breaks him up as being just teal and white. He's got a little more duotone look to him, and I dig it. The only thing I don't dig is the yellow paint on his wings because it's just not on there smooth and it's not covering completely. I don't know if that shows up on screen, but it's fine. You know what? When you're doing stuff for your own shelf, you gotta call it quits at some point and just say it's okay. Otherwise, you're gonna get goopier and goopier paint, and it's just gonna look worse. So here he is, vehicle mode. Everybody's here together, so I'm gonna cut the video again and get them all merged up into Leokaiser, and I'll be right back. Alright, gang, and here he is in his combined form as Leokaiser. And I gotta say, I'm really happy with the way he ended up looking here. This is the first time I'm getting a chance to look at him all combined up here, and I am really happy with the way he looks. It's really cool. I did remember the customizer who originally used this mold with Steam Shield's heads. It was Grimlockimus on the TFW boards, and his stuff is always incredible looking, and so a huge shout out to him for this inspiration here. And yeah, very happy with him, like I said, and he's going to probably stay in this mode because because of the paint issues I had on him. There are some spots that have either scratched or chipped off, and so I think he's probably going to stay in this mode most of the time anyway. And I'm going to try, as I said, to get him painted up as Jaguar to have all 6 members of Leokaiser, and it will probably end up, I believe, like I said, a backpack on his main torso, probably attaching with magnets. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do that attachment, as I could do it in such a way that he could still do his Scramble City limb swap if he needed to, and he could be one of the arms or legs if I wanted to swap him out for that, and then still be able to put whoever is left over on the backside. But I'm gonna have to figure out the best way to create an attachment on his back. But again, really digging the 3D printed heads. They're really great, very good quality. There'll be links below for that, and a link to Grimlockimus's original post that he did with his version of Leozack. And with that, I think I'm gonna wrap this up and get back to work on whatever my next custom is. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will do my best at getting back on track to getting some regular customs out to you guys. Thanks for all the support, and we'll see you in the next custom.